Well, David Crisp and his wife Jennifer were both sentenced today in a federal courtroom. Good evening, I'm Todd Carley.
And I'm Jackie Parks. David Crisp received 17.5 years in prison. His wife Jennifer Crisp got what the judge called the break of a lifetime, just 5 years probation. But as 23 ABC's John Genovese reports, experts say the Crisp and Cole scheme led to market changes all across the board.
Oh, I thought it was just.
The attorney for Jennifer Crisp had few words to say when leaving court.
I know the judge. I know he thinks for himself and he does what he thinks is right.
For the sake of her son, Judge Lawrence O'Neill sentenced Jennifer to 5 years of probation, much less than the prison time sought by prosecutors. But her husband, David Crisp, didn't leave court a free man. He was handed down 17.5 years, the same sentence as Carl Cole, his co-conspirator in the nearly $30 million scheme. According to prosecutors, the company used straw buyers to artificially inflate the value of homes, each time skimming equity off the top. The homes were eventually foreclosed on, leaving mortgage lenders astray.
At the time when we had the bubble, it was a very common practice, mainly because we had very, very loose underwriting standards. Straw buyers could qualify with no job, no income.
But new regulations put in place since the housing market collapse make it harder to do business, something appraiser Gary Crabtree says has contributed to a slow recovery.
Appraisers are watched very, very stringently. Loan officers and lenders are watched very stringently. The underwriting is tighter than ever.
Documents show almost 30 homes tied to Crisp and Cole entered foreclosure, all part of a scheme where today more justice was served.
And that was John Genovese reporting. Now, Julie Farmer, a former operations manager at Crisp, Cole & Associates, is the only person charged in the scheme who did not take a plea bargain. Her trial is expected to start next week. And Michael Munoz is awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty to 2 counts of fraud. He faces up to 20 years in prison and $500,000 in fines.